winners? Let the pros show you how to make money. General Manager Al DeMarco, a regular contributor on Fox Sports, MSNBC, and Comcast Sports TV, brings over 25 years of handicapping experience to the table. CEO Steve Budin, the author of Bets, Drugs, and Rock and Roll, is the man responsible for creating the online betting industry. Together, they lead PickNation.com, your number one source for winners.
30 more minutes to go as we continue to break down all of your NFL action from a point spread perspective. I'm Al DeMarco, General Manager of PickNation.com, along with CEO Steve Budin. Every single Sunday, we've got it all for you. And again, we're the only NFL pregame show that looks at all the games from that Vegas perspective, trying to give you winners and strategic betting tips and advice. We've got Carl from Long Island, who's going to be coming up in just a moment and wants to talk a little bit about the Giants and Redskins. I've been a professional sports handicapper for 25 years, used to be a former sports reporter, used the experience that I gained from covering athletes, being in locker rooms, on the field. When I break down games, I look at matchups and personnel. That's the key for me. I've won 8 straight football seasons, college and pro, coming into this one. Steve, the guy who literally created the offshore sportsbook industry as we know it today some 20 years ago, son of a bookmaker, a guy who's been here on the other side of the fence his entire career, definitely gives a different perspective to these games.
Right, so they don't let, unlike you, they don't let me near the players or near
only
the
if you buy a
locker room.
ticket.
Right, absolutely. I don't know any players. I don't want to know any players.
But again, I think it's that yin and yang, how we look at games from a different perspective, that makes this show so unique, because everybody's got an opinion, including you, the listening audience, and I think, that's what makes this must-see TV, other than just our mothers and watching the show. But the bottom line is, this show really, if you follow it from week one, we have given you so many free winners. And remember, you can get even more from all the professional sports handicappers at PickNation.com by taking advantage of the free one-day all-access pass. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. But first, let's head back to the phones. Carl from Long Island. Carl, how you doing? I know you want to talk about a little Giants and Redskins here today.
I'm doing great here today.
Is this the last Giant fan left in New York?
There's just one. It's me. I want to know what you guys think of my G-men this week.
Well, they're still not completely healthy.
No.
That's the one thing that I'll say. And the Redskins, we had a caller earlier from Washington that calls every week. He didn't really want to talk about the Redskins because they haven't been playing so great. But, they're 3-1 this year on the road. They're a good road team against the spread. I have to think that they may be able to keep this game close enough for the cover. I think the Giants are going to win this game. I think they're definitely going to win this game. But the question is, can they cover this big spread? And I just think that there's too much of a chance for a backdoor cover, that the Washington is too game of a team. I think that I would take the 7 points here.
Yeah, I agree with you, because I think the Giants are a great possibility in a teaser where you're getting 6 points and take them down to 1. They're not going to lose this game straight up. But with the injuries to Akeem Nicks and Steve Smith, Eli Manning is much like his brother Peyton. It's something that's a malady that's affecting the Manning family this year. They can't keep their wide receiver crew healthy. I did think it was very promising, though, last week how they did rally from 11 down to beat Jacksonville. But then again, they were 11 down at home to Jacksonville.
Right.
What are you doing down 11 points in that game? They did put Brandon Jacobs back in the starting lineup because Amon Bradshaw had been so prone to fumbling. And Jacobs had his best game in probably a year and a half, 14 carries, 87 yards. I think the key in this game is going to be the Giants' defense. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Listen, the Giants are going to bring the rush on Donovan McNabb, who has been sacked 26 times in the last 7 games. And it's not just the number of times that he's hit the turf, been sacked officially. It's the number of hurries, the number of pressures, how they have totally disrupted the offensive flow of the Redskins, meaning all their opponents. Even the Lions did that. Remember the Lions game? They sacked him 7 times, but he was under heat nonstop. I think that's the key for the Giants.
And the
today.
Giants just don't sack you. They
hurt
pulverize you. They take you out. You know what I mean? So we'll see how healthy McNabb really is.
Okay, thanks for giving us the call, Carl. Next up, we're going to head out to Joe, who's out in Seattle. No, you were talking about Carl being the lone Giants fan. Joe must be the lone Seahawks fan, because we don't get many calls on this program talking about the Seattle Seahawks taking on Carolina. So, Joe, before we give you our opinion, we want to know yours. Who do you like in this game?
Well, Carolina coming all the way from the East Coast and having struggles with their quarterback situation. I mean, how many times did they change their quarterback? They brought one guy out. They brought St. Pierre off the couch one week, and now they come to the West Coast. And I know we're in the worst division out here in the NFC West, but it doesn't even matter. It looks like you could finish 8-8 in this division. So I'm just curious what you guys think. I think the Seahawks are a cakewalk over Carolina with the troubles they've had. Carolina makes the NFC West look like, well, the AFC East, if you will.
Yeah, well, the Browns, I thought they would do better last week against Carolina, but they obviously just flat out didn't show up to that game. So I don't think you can really give Carolina the credit there. I think Carolina is the NFL equivalent to boxing's tin can. We talked about it a few weeks ago. They're that girl in college that everyone seems to get to date, and I think it's Seattle's turn, and I think they're going to take their turn, and I think they'll obviously cover this game by more than 6.
Plus, it's a demoralizing situation for Carolina. I mean, they were that close to getting their second win of the season. John Carney, one of the most reliable field goal kickers for, he's been kicking for at least 243 years in the NFL, misses a 42-yard field goal as time expires. Now you also have a rookie quarterback in Jimmy Clausen playing at Quest Field. And, Joe, as you know, Quest Field, one of the most difficult places to play in, whether you're a veteran quarterback or a rookie in this case, because of the noise factor, the level, the ambiance in that stadium is just phenomenal.
For sure, with my season ticket, so I'm looking forward to a big win.
Boy, season ticket holder, you are a glutton for punishment. You're buying into the Pete Carroll Kool-Aid. By the way, Carolina is also 0-4 on the road this year. I mean, their only win this year anywhere has been against San Francisco, which tells you about the quality of the 49ers.
Right.
I mean, the season ends, Carolina has one win, and you gave them the win. How embarrassing is that for Mike Singletary's crew? But, Joe, thanks for giving us a buzz. We appreciate it. Before we head back to the phones again, PickNation.com, guys, free one-day all-access pass where you can get all of our plays, the plays of all 13 handicappers at PickNation.com for free, no strings attached.
And this is a great offer because, first of all, no one else offers it. You can't get it anywhere else. And you have to ask yourself a few questions when you come to our site. If you've never been there before and you come to PickNation.com, there's two things that are going to strike you right away. Number one, we're the only online handicapping site without one advertisement for a sports book. And you have to ask yourself, when you go to these other handicapping sites and you see plastered all over the place all these online sports books, if the online sports books were so concerned with the validity of the picks from the handicappers, why would they want their customers? Why would they advertise on those sites and have all those customers bet those winners with them? With us, we have no online sportsbook affiliation. They can't come to our site. They won't come to our site. The other thing we do is give away all the picks for free the first time you come to our site. We're not concerned. We're not trying to get your money today. We're not so worried that you're never going to come back, that we got to try to take you for every penny that we can, like every other scam operation out there. What we do is say, listen, we're not a scam. We're the most honest company out there. If it wasn't for integrity, we'd have nothing. Come to our site. Here's the whole menu. Take everything, see everything, look at it, get it for free. It's a $500 value. We feel you'll be so impressed that you'll become a customer for life, and it's worked.
And listen, guys, we are totally transparent at PickNation.com. So come to the site, get the free one-day all-access pass today, and then on Monday, come back to the site, and you will see on every handicapper's homepage whether he won or lost on Sunday. That is a big thing, because we've often said, without integrity, we have nothing. We are firm believers that you, as the customer, have to come to the site and have 100% total confidence, 110% total confidence that what you see is what you get. So on our pages, we tout the winners, we tout the losers.
Correct.
Because that way, total transparency, and you can feel secure. This isn't some phone room 800 number recorded message you're calling that you're getting double-sided on games. None of that crap. PickNation.com, only online, and that's why you can have faith in the product.
Well, because it's our philosophy that we need to, number one, more important than winning or losing, is to gain the trust of the customer. Because we're going to win, we're going to lose. Hopefully we'll win more than we lose like we have for the last 5 years. But the point is when the customers get to that point where they can trust the site, then they can ride the streaks. They see who's winning and who's losing, and they can jump on the hot handicapper in the midst of his streak rather than, try to guess who's going to be hot next.
And the other amazing thing at the site is when you go there, you're going to see I had a hell of a good-looking beard when they took all the pictures at the site, but they made me shave it for TV. What can I tell you? So anyway,
we held him down.
Yes. But let's go back to the phones. Dan is going to be joining us from Tampa. How you doing, Dan?